Hello, fairy finders and fairy seekers. Welcome back to Fairy Quest. Today we are going to have a bit of a conversation with the fairies using the playing cards, and I'm going to ask them, as I'm shuffling the cards, what do you foresee for this upcoming week of November 9th through November 15th, 2020? For all of us. So it'll just basically be a general reading for all of us. So you take whatever it is that you can take from the reading and leave the rest behind. So I'm going to split the deck here, and we will find out what 4 cards. The first card is the Queen of Hearts. Her name is Deja in this deck. Second card is the 10 of Diamonds, called Tendra in this deck. Third card is the 8 of Hearts. Beautiful coloring in this card. And the fourth card is the 6 of Hearts. So there are the 4 cards from the fairies answering the question for what they foresee for the upcoming week of November 9th through November 15th. Let's take a look at these 4 cards as a whole and find out what our first impressions are. So what we see is that we have 3 hearts. The top position, the third position, and the fourth position. And we have 1 diamond. So obviously the hearts are quite significant. They are taking over the reading at this point. And we have the 1 diamond. What we do not have are spades and clubs. Now the spades would kind of balance out the hearts because they are very compatible. Since we don't have them, there is no balance, and a spade would be earth. So this reading right now is showing that we have no grounding here, and the club is the element of air, and perhaps that just means there's not a lot of breathing, not a lot of deep breathing, feeling as though we're suffocating perhaps. So we'll have to look into that a little bit more. We also see that the third card, which is the most unique looking heart due to colors, it really stands out to us, the 8 of Hearts. That one is actually in its natural position. A heart would normally be there, and that is the torso of the body, if we're looking at it from a human standpoint. So that one is in its natural position. None of the other ones are. The natural card for the top position is the diamond. Second position would be a club. Third position is the heart. And the fourth position would be the spade. So only 1 card in this reading is in its natural position. Now with all these hearts, an overall picture here is that there's a lot of emotion going on here. And there's a little bit of fire too with the diamond, but it sits between 2 water cards. Hearts are water, thus emotion. And that diamond is sitting between those 2 water cards. And what happens if water dumps on fire? Most of the time it puts the fire out. Depending on what the fire is, it can also flare it. So let us take 1 card at a time and see what the fairies are sharing for us. Here we have the Queen of Hearts, or the 12. First thing that we see here is that the 12 is a very high number. And so that means that there's a strong energy here. And this 12 is at the head position of the human body. But it's not the head that is doing the talking, so to speak. It is the heart. And so the heart energy is trying to override the thoughts that are going on in the head. And it is succeeding because, as we see from the Queen on this card, she is very serene. The reason for this is that this particular Queen, she understands her heart because she's had years of experience to explore it. What she desires, what she asks for, comes from the desires of a wise soul. She is no longer distracted by everyday 3D things that go on in this world. But to reach that, even though she could probably do it from years of experience, to reach that point, she has had to meditate, to go inside herself, to learn her heart, and to learn how to quiet that crazy mind and to trust her heart to lead her in the right direction. This card, by the way, depicts the gist of the entire reading. Now, the fairies are aware that there are many who are capable of doing this already and who do this. However, there are many who do not take the time to quiet themselves for a little while each day, or to try to meditate a little while each day to get to know themselves. This is something that they are encouraging for this upcoming week, perhaps to get started doing that, to develop a meditation regimen that will go long past the end date of this reading. So why would the fairies be encouraging us to get into this deeper state? If you remember from looking at all 4 cards together, there's a lot of emotion going on this week. So we need to kind of learn how to control that emotion, because this card is in the head position where a diamond would normally be natural, and the diamond would be fire. A lot of fire in the thoughts, and where we would need to act and want to act. And what the fairies are trying to share with us is that is not where you want to be at this point. You do not want to let your emotions take hold and take charge. So let's move on to the second card and see what that has to share. The 10 of Diamonds shows a girl kissing what you might believe would be a actual man. However, there is no body attached to that head. A little gross, I know, but that's part of this particular playing card deck. And this 10 of Diamonds, the woman on here, if you look at the element diamond, you have an idea as to her character. If you think of it as the element of fire, which is what diamond is, it shows that this woman has a dynamic spirit, that she's always hungry. She needs to consume. And that doesn't mean food. That means she needs to consume everything in sight. She needs to have everything for herself. She knows how to draw people in. She knows how to seduce them. She knows how to make demands. And she likes to make people her possession. Not a difficult task for the young woman on this card, because the diamond is also money. She's a very privileged, very wealthy young lady. So the fairies are sharing with us that we may be encountering someone or several someones or a group of someones who are using their speech, because this diamond is in the second position, which is natural to a club, which is air as an element, or thoughts and ideas and communication. But because there are no clubs in this layout at all, these people do not want us to communicate. They want to tell us how to do things, when to do them, what to believe, and so forth. And perhaps with the severed head on the card, to share with us repercussions that could happen if we don't follow what they wish us to follow. So the fairies are sharing with us that first card that is telling us to go within and really kind of discern what we want to believe is true or not true, to follow our own hearts, not the impassioned demands of other people. We need to follow ourselves. So let's move on to the third card to see what more the fairies have to share. This Eight of Hearts is a very significant card. Not only does it stand out in the 4-card layout, it also is in its natural position. That makes it specifically significant. And 8 shows us how we have handled different challenges in life, the choices that we've made, the sacrifices that we've made or not made. This particular Eight of Hearts is called the Garden in this particular deck, and it uses the garden as a metaphor for life. So when looking at this card, the fairies are asking you, what do you want the garden of your life to look like? The black in this card, however, is also significant, and that signifies the snake in the grass. In other words, you have this fantastic garden that you're walking through, and it has vivid color and really gorgeous flowers and fragrances that you've never smelled before. And it's just tantalizing to be there. You just want to stay there. But underneath all of this gorgeous stuff is that snake. The snake is the mystical guardian of this metaphoric garden, and it is in charge. It's the master of everything you see. It has the power. So the fairies are asking you with this card, are you going to succumb to the intoxication of this metaphoric garden, to believe in the illusion of what this mystical guardian snake is sharing with you, and to lay down and fall asleep like Dorothy did in The Wizard of Oz and the poppies just before she reached the gates of Oz? That's pretty significant there. Doing that would be so much easier, but there's so much that you can do in your garden of life. So the fairies are sharing with this card to follow your heart, to use your heart to discern the truth and not get sucked in by the illusion of it all. So now let's move on to the last card to see what more the fairies have to share. The fairies have offered up a 6 in this final position, and that is also significant. A 6 allows you to find harmony and freedom from conflict and worry that you might have been experiencing. However, it can also be a card that shows perhaps someone who is avoiding a difficult decision or difficult situation. So the positive side would be facing the situation, observing what is actually going on, and finding harmony and freedom in what you've decided. So you've made a decision about what is going on. But if you decide not to face the world, then this card is showing that you are hiding away rather than facing the challenge that you have in front of you. That is a 6 in general, and you really don't want to be caught in that position where you're hiding away. That is the negative connotation of a 6. Now, the 6 of Hearts as a whole, the fairies are sharing this as the home, your home. It's the fortress of your emotion and the walls that shelter everything that is intimate and personal in life. It's where you can go to rest and rejuvenate after you've had a really long day and you just need the comfort of something that is familiar and can let your defenses down and just be who you are. The fairies are telling us we can have this if we use our heart to choose how we'd really like our lives to be. This heart, the Six of Hearts for the home, is in the very last position in this layout. And that last position is natural to spades. Spades and hearts are very compatible. But in this case, the spade, which does not exist in this layout, would be for grounding, to ground us to the earth. But in this case, the fairies need us to go more spiritually into the heart space and determine how we want to live on this earth. So that is where I'm being guided to stop with this reading. And I think it gave some really amazing insight for those who are looking for insight. So as I've said before, take what you need from this reading and just disregard the rest of it. So that's it for this week. This is what the fairies had to say for the week of November 9th through November 15th, 2020. Take care, everybody.